Chapter 10 A Lonely Walk. Laurie trudged down the road with her heart beating fast. It was lonely and strange. Once a doe deer, jumped across the road in front of her, and more than once she heard a thumping in the woods of animal feet running away. On the dirt road were sharp pieces of shining colored rocks. She picked up a pink rock and an orange one and dropped them in her basket. Laurie walked and walked, at first anxiously, and then she forgot her prickles of fear in the pleasure of the lovely wild flowers and ferns that bloomed on the banks and spilled over into the road. I feel like Little Red Riding Hood, she thought gaily, but I hope I don't meet a wolf, she shuddered. Once a long, low car hummed down the road and slowed down beside Laurie. "This the way to the Everett auction?" called the driver. "I think so," said Laurie. "Would you like a ride?" asked the lady beside the driver. "No, thank you," said Laurie. She was getting accustomed to the woods and the road now. It would be fun to walk all the way to the auction. It couldn't be much further. But it was a lot further. Laurie sat on a stump beside the road and rested her weary legs. She had never walked so far in her life before. But at last, after going up 2 more hills and down 1 more hill, Laurie saw the Everett house lying on the slope ahead. Cars were parked up and down the road, and people were milling about on the lawn, coming in and out of the gate. Laurie began to hurry, but when she reached the gate she held back shyly. There were crowds of people here, and she was only a little girl, a strange little girl at that, with a basket of fried chicken and 3 pennies in her pocket. She stood uncertainly by the gate while people came and went. On the platform on the lawn stood the auctioneer in a wide straw hat. He held a candlestick in his hand and cried out strange words. The people on the benches in front of the auctioneer stood up and motioned and called out to him. "Going, going, gone, to the lady in the blue hat," cried the auctioneer, and the candlestick was handed to the lady, who fished in her purse for the money she had bid for it. A new carload of people arrived and pushed through the gate, and Laurie found herself carried into the yard with them. Most of the benches were full of people. In the side yard were displayed the things to be auctioned: a spinning wheel, several marble-topped tables, shelves of brightly colored glass, a set of blue and white china dishes, some brass lamps, a grandfather clock, a little carved cradle. There was a sleigh and a side saddle, and more old dark wooden furniture than Laurie had ever seen in her life, but there wasn't a sign of a doll. "Where are they?" whispered a woman over Laurie's head. "I don't see them," said another one. "I'm sure they haven't sold them all," said the woman, looking nervously about her. "Maybe they're in the house." What were they talking about? Could it be the dolls? The woman darted off to the door of the Everett house, and Laurie tagged after them.